What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Authentic Man channel, aka Godson Ken, aka the Ref. Just calling stuff how I see it. Oh, go ahead and make sure I get this right. I'm just going to be doing my kind of initial reaction. We're going to be watching this no jumper interview with Kazumi, Sky Bree, and Blue Jasmine. As they kind of go through. So I was watching basically the first 20 minutes of this and was like, this would be a good thing to give my opinions on, because I think much of what they are saying kind of ties into a lot of what I deal with when it comes to like the whole red pill community and manosphere community and stuff like that. So it's like, you know what, why not go ahead, rewatch that first 20 minutes and just kind of give my overall opinion. Just a disclaimer, so it is about 2:30 in the afternoon. My kids are probably going to be coming in, so you might hear them come in. If they do, I will pause the, if it gets too loud or something like that, I will pause the live stream and then come back on and finish this. I'm only going to be reacting to the first 20 minutes because I don't want these streams or anything like that to be too lengthy. I don't want them to be over an hour and a half, 2 hours long. And I think if I just go with the first 20 minutes of this stuff, in between pausing and just kind of giving my take on everything, that we could get this condensed to an hour and it'd be something that'll be digestible, that you would be able to, you know, just if you're riding to work on or something like that, you can be able to listen to it and everything like that. Anyway, also, before we get started, you can also check me out. You can find me on TikTok, Godson King. You can also find me on Twitch, Godson King. Eventually, those are going to be changing over to the authentic Man. But for right now, you can find them under the Godson King tagline. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. We're just going to start this off basically at the beginning. I'm going to go right there.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today, what are we doing here? I don't really know, but I figured that it would be a worthy endeavor to bring some of my homies that I do content with together with
allegedly
some bad bitches.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to put you guys in that category. So you guys have all earned the bad bitch category in my mind. I know AD and T-Rail, they're still working on kind of like figuring out women and what makes them tick.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
We're like the Avengers.
So I wanted to create a nice little panel here so we could have a conversation and learn about each other. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
Like a civilized discussion.
Yeah.
Possible.
Wait, can you talk into that again?
Yes.
Does it sound normal?
Sound normal to me.
She should breathe a little harder when she says that.
Yes. Can you hear me?
It sounds good. It sounds good.
That's what we like Sky for. She has a very like breathy voice.
Thank you.
So
Never
anyway,
gotten that before.
let's talk about this subject first. Kazumi, you're telling us that you have this sort of new fetish. What's going on?
It's an old fetish. I feel like I always pay for my men. It's a real problem. Yeah, this is actually my...
Woohoo!
Do you fuck with broke men?
Okay,
I really
see,
can't-
that's a good example. They can't hear you because you don't have the mic. So I just want to point that out.
Speak on it. Preach, Kazumi.
A few months ago, I paid for a hooker for my ex so that he could get pussy because I was too lazy. And I realized
What the
that...
fuck?
Anyways, before I was interrupted, I just thought, honestly, I like paying for my men. They just kind of are nicer.
Your ex?
So
Yeah.
Now, from what I gathered from watching the first 20 minutes of it, I think Kazumi is an adult film star. And basically what she's saying is that for her ex, I don't think she's with the guy currently. We'll watch more. But basically what she's saying is that she has paid for her significant other at the time, that she calls her boyfriend or whatever, for him to be able, for him to be, he's basically paid for hookers for her ex. So I'm just re-clarifying this, and again, I'm gonna let this stuff play through. It's gonna be a little bit long-winded, and then I'm gonna give my kind of final thoughts as we go through. Okay, I'm sorry, Jay.
Where do
I'm
you, where do you,
rebranding myself
where do-
as single.
Could you tell the people where, you know what I'm saying, a nice girl in a relationship could buy a hooker for their man? Could you tell them?
Yeah, where did you purchase
Kazumi,
this
wait,
hooker?
Kazumi knows all of. She has an army, so I'm pretty sure she hit up her Rolodex. Was like, hey, come
My
fuck my
Rolodex.
man real quick. They was like, I got you.
And where did this idea come about?
I always was into like hoes, you know, and I just felt like I might as well pay for it legally. So we went to a brothel and it happened. I watched South Park. He like got his dick wet. It was cool.
Where was this brothel?
Nevada, legal.
Was that where Lamar Odom was?
Who?
No.
No.
You don't know who Lamar?
And then let me say this real quick while I'm here, just kind of thinking about it. And this is to the men out there, and I understand this might come off as misogynistic, but it is what it is. Any woman that is highly, highly promiscuous or works in the adult industry or has done a lot of dinos or whatever, they are going to have a really, really hard time attaching to one particular guy. And so if you are a man that is looking for that traditional wife of sorts, stay away from these type of women. And I don't want to sound like there's no hope or anything like that for these type of women, but what I'm saying is that typically the outcomes that result from these type of women are not really favorable for men. Not really favorable for men who are trying to do the traditional thing. And what's crazy is that in the end, when she's ready to settle down or whatever, she is going to be looking for that traditional man to accept that, but understand that that is her looking for a come up. But also understand that the type of man that she truly wanted initially, she will most likely never be able to access him on that marital level or anything like that no more. And so this is just kind of a warning to the guys out there that might be watching this or might, consume this, whatever. Be careful of these type of women. I know they got a pretty face and everything like that, and they look good, but everything that glitters isn't gold, and this is just one of those cases. You can easily get yourself into a situation that's a lot harder to get out of than it was to get into. All right, let's go ahead and continue this real quick.
Lamar Odom?
No. Is that going to embarrass me later? Oh, yeah, I totally know him.
I guess it's all right for you to not know who that is.
Yeah.
But okay, so your ex.
Yeah.
So before
My
you were
current boyfriend, I'm sorry.
right, oh, you feel bad.
I was saying
about
that's the
calling
nigga
him?
that was in the pictures. I'm about to say, why leave? You got the best life ever. You
I
get
was
to
trying
be
to
naked on
rebrand
boats and
as a
shit.
single woman and it wasn't working. I couldn't commit, so yeah. It was this weekend.
It's hard for you
You guys
to.
just broke up.
No, we're still together.
It's hard for you to do that, huh?
Together.
I'm just trying to rebrand.
Wait, so do you fuck broke niggas?
Hold it right by
Yeah.
your mouth.
I don't really care about how much money they make. I'm like,
So they could be
I
broke?
feel like I have enough money to do what
I
I,
feel like I
want
got
to
a
do.
couple men that I could turn you away.
Oh, well, thank
See,
you. They could
Kazumi.
collect
I'm
me.
about to get a coin real quick.
I love a little slave. You
Let me
know?
They
explain
pimping
this.
each other out. That's crazy.
Kazumi's a rare breed because she's the very rare type of girl who has enough money that she like really actually doesn't care about dudes having money, which is not something I'm used to because I've been hanging around broke bitches my whole life. But the world has changed.
Now, this is something that I also want to address, and I'm pretty sure that that's Adam or whatever, and it's cool, but understand that there really isn't a negative connotation around being a broke bitch. That is just something that's negative when either A, the guy just wants to hook up with you, so he'll tell you that, hey, it's great that you have all your money. It's great that you're not one of these broke bitches and stuff like that to up you up. or B, it's being said by a woman that has chosen to go the modern woman route. And since another woman might not have chosen that route, is looked down upon. See, that's the one of the tricky things I think of to today's era and everything like that is that many women think that it's actually the men, particularly men that are actually wanting to be married and wanting to go to that traditional lifestyle, that the men are the ones that are putting down the traditional values. No, guys aren't going to put you down on really either side of this. We're not going to have any type of negative connotation of what you do. Because understand, the woman that's chasing the bag and stuff like that, typically she's also the promiscuous one of the whatever. And so getting inside of her guts or whatever could actually oftentimes be a little bit easier. At the same time, though, those women aren't typically the women that guys look to settle down with in the traditional sense. And so when we say, when a guy like myself says that, hey, if you're going to choose this pathway, just understand that when you choose this pathway, you're also accepting the outcomes that comes with this pathway. And one of those outcomes is that, look, the traditional guy that you're looking for, the provider and everything like that, you're most likely not going to be able to get him. And I think on the panel, they get into, and I'll let it play out, but they get into this whole, would they want to take care of a guy, or would they care if a guy he basically makes less or is broke or whatever? And understand that when a woman says that she does not care, typically that's a bunch of BS. Because then in that same breath, she'll also say that she wants him to have ambition. And when a woman usually says that she wants a guy to have ambition, that means she wants the guy to quickly get to where she's at on a financial level or above. She really wants him to get above where she's at, but at the very minimum, he needs to get there. So initially, they might be able to date a person from, let's say, McDonald's or something like that, but they better be quickly getting over that, or she's going to hop to somebody else. But again, with these type of women here, like these three women here, type of women on this panel, they're already going to have a very, very hard time truly attaching to one guy. I made this kind of analogy on Facebook before when I said that women who sleep with a lot of men and lay with a lot of men and allow a lot of men to kind of come inside them and everything like that, it's kind of like if you guys have ever watched like the Harry Potter series and Voldemort and the Horcruxes and everything like that, you know how to basically create a Horcrux, you have to kill, but it splits the soul apart. I think this is kind of what happens to women. When women go out here and allow men to enter inside of them, basically allow men to enter inside of them, they are, for every guy that they've had, they're kind of splitting their soul in a sense. And don't take this literal, but in a sense, they're splitting their soul. And so if you didn't had like 100 dudes enter inside of you and stuff like that, you've split your soul 100 dang times. So it's going to be very hard for you to get out of that character and settle down for one guy, especially if that guy is the average Joe. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it.
Change.
I feel like you don't have to be broke, because I get money, but you don't have to be broke to want to date a man who has money.
Hold it closer.
Me?
You have to be broke to want to date a man who has money?
Well, she's not broke, and so she seems pretty happy.
She can do what she wants.
This is just my personal endeavor.
She's a trick.
You know, I mean, I also, if someone paid me enough money, I would do most things,
How's your man feel about that?
Oh.
How does your man feel about
Oh,
it?
it's totally cool, but I'm in like a different realm. You know what I mean?
What realm are you in?
Just life is better on this side.
See, this is the shit I be talking about when we talk about
You
porn
want your
stars
bills
and how we
paid?
think about porn stars when they say shit like that.
See, I knew you were
think
going to
you
have
don't
something to
say
say here.
Well, Kazumi's a different level of I would say porn star.
I'm just trying to
She's
wrap
like very free.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
wrap my head around
Yeah.
what your dude is thinking when you're out for the night fucking some old man in the ass with a strap on or whatever weird ass
That
shit
was
you'd be
before
doing.
we were dating.
Okay.
By the way, but I could totally do it again for a certain amount of money.
How much
or
money?
for the thrill of it all.
How much money?
If it's you, for free.
Not
You're
me.
welcome. Oh no, oh my bad.
he gonna take you
Well,
up on
why
that.
are you asking?
She made me wear a condom on account of her boyfriend.
Hell yeah.
It didn't count.
It didn't count. I still don't have any white bodies.
And that is the biggest piece of cap. That whoever her boyfriend is either A, not truly into her and is just going with the title of boyfriend just to have access to her basically whenever he wants, or B, is the most simp beta person ever. And judging by how this conversation went, it sounds like this guy is most likely just a super simp. So Adam basically just said that he's had intercourse with this woman, but since it was with a condom, it didn't count. No guy cares about that bull crap. A guy that's asking let me just go back to the point. No guy cares whether his woman does or does not have a condom, because at the end of the day, it's sex, and at the end of the day, she was using her body as an expression of love to make him feel good. It's a mutual act, of course, and he's trying to pleasure her as well. But at the end of the day, when it comes to sex, a man's orgasm, sex ends typically when a man orgasms. A man's orgasm is pretty much a guaranteed thing. If a man's orgasm does not happen during sexual intercourse, then something is probably very off in that, because that's like the easiest thing that a woman can do for a man is give him an orgasm. It's the way of expressing love. You see what I'm saying? And it's like the fact that this dude got up here on camera in front of millions of people and said, "Hey dude, I banged your girl and she allowed me to bang." She literally said on here, "I would charge other guys to bang me, but for Adam, because Adam is of a certain echelon, Adam gonna get this for free." You know what this sounds like to me? Is that, look, the dude who's the boyfriend, like I said, he sounds like the cuck. Because she's charging him to a certain extent. She's expecting certain trade-offs from him. Whereas Adam, the biggest trade-off is that she's able to be on the show. But for him, that's how he makes his money. So it's not really a trade-off, because he's still capitalizing off of her. And he gets the bonus of banging her. Another notch to his belt. This stuff is embarrassing, man.
Bro, it felt kind of weird. Like, it doesn't really feel like I fucked
Nigga, you ain't wore a condom since Tupac died.
We just hung out. You know?
We hung out.
Like friends.
My dick was, like, okay. Can I cite a strange circumstance that happened while I was hooking up with my girl and Kazumi?
You threw food at us?
I did throw some food at you, but that was unrelated. No. So I'm fucking my girl, right? And I'm filming that with the iPhone. Now Kazumi's right here, and I'm kind of like going back and forth. I'm showing her and shit too, and I'm feeling on her booty, and I'm rubbing her vagina. But you can't see that my hand is touching her vagina in the clip. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm cheating on my girl, because I'm fucking you, but I'm fucking you for the clip, like for the footage, So it's kind of like anything that's happening outside of the view of the camera is just for my personal enjoyment, and that's a little odd.
You go, Adam.
That's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life.
Explain, Berenstein Bear.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Why is that dumb?
Because you already was accepted to have sex and do what y'all supposed to do.
We allowed you into my vaginal realm.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So everything was on the table.
So anything,
Not
including,
anything.
but
Excuse you.
okay.
Except the raw dog.
Here's the
Yeah.
example. If the camera's off and I just start making out with Kazumi, I mean, to my girl, that's kind of weird, right? Because like we're here to do content. Why are you just making out with her? So
I
me,
would make out with Lena even if the cameras were off.
yeah, but I feel like it's a little different with me, right?
Why? Because you're a man?
I'm the dude in the situation. Yeah, is it not a little weird?
I guess, like, for the...
So that wasn't crossing your mind when I was rubbing your vagina while we were all having sex?
I didn't notice. I was looking at your woman.
You keep saying that. You're so full of shit.
Dude,
you
she's
know
my
you love
religion.
my condom dick.
Yeah,
What's he trying to say is she didn't give a fuck if he was there or not.
dude,
She
I was
there
on my
for
own
Lena.
wavelength for Lena.
I could be a kielbasa for all you care. I have another conversation that I would like to have on here. Can you please pass that mic to Sky?
Yes.
Guys,
Before he has this conversation with this Sky girl, let me just kind of give my final thoughts on that segment. Don't get into a relationship with a woman that makes you feel inadequate or bad because you have standards, and one of your major standards is that she is not sexually exclusive with you. This is especially true if you are a guy that is about something. If you are a guy trying to be on your purpose and do everything that you need to do, and you're looking for her to kind of be the assistant in that regard, and you're looking at her as maybe a potential wife or whatever, do not get with a girl like this. Again, she is going to have attachment issues. She is never going to be able to truly be sexually exclusive to you as a guy. And when it comes to the trade-off, when it comes to the relationship and the trade-off and everything like that, the trade-off for a guy is sexual exclusivity to that guy from other men. And the trade-off for the woman is that she gets exclusivity to his money. She gets access to his resources. She gets access to his protection and everything like that. That's the trade-off. This is why most guys don't have a problem with their woman having sexual intercourse with another woman. It's only typically an issue when the woman has sexual intercourse or a sexual experience with another man. And it comes down to like a biology type of thing, and maybe I'll get into that a later time. But just for this particular thing here, do not get into a serious relationship with a girl like this. If it's just some light stuff, if this is some stuff to where, like, if it was to dissolve one day, you're not going to have any real feelings or anything like that involved with it, cool. But if you're going to have feelings involved, or God forbid you have you get her pregnant or something like that, to where now you have pretty much a lifetime commitment of being involved with a woman like this, just don't do it. Because you are, if you get into a situation to where you pretty much have to be, to where you pretty much were expecting her to be kind of that potential wife, even though she's showing you exactly who she is, you are setting yourself up for failure. And at the same time, from a guy like me, I'm not going to feel sorry for you, because this is just a warning. Now, I do kind of feel bad for the dudes who don't know about this, or the dudes who are still kind of living in that traditional fairy tale that a lot of dudes were brought up under, and still think that's the way that the world, still think that's how the world operates today. Those dudes I feel bad for. The blue pill dudes who just don't know no goddamn better. Those dudes I kind of feel bad for because, again, they don't know no better. But if you like one of these purple pill dudes, or especially if you call yourself in the red pill community and stuff like that, to where you know what's going on and you still choose to do this, I'm not going to feel bad for you. This is my warning. And then again, if you are a blue pill person, you're watching this, and you've been warned about this. This is, you know how they talk about when Jesus said he was coming out spreading the word, and if you've heard the word and you've been blessed or whatever, look, if you're a guy watching this right now, and you think that these women are still out here operating in a traditional sense and operating in a sense that you might have been brought up on, especially if you were born in like especially if you was born before 2000 and before, really about 95, 96 and before. Especially if you're one of those dudes, and if you run into this or you listen to this right now, again, these women do not operate like they were before. The women, your mom and your dad or your grandpa or your grandma, stuff like that, the way that they're teaching you and the way and the expectations that they have of you are expectations from a world that just no longer exists no more. At least not here in the United States of America. That world no longer exists. And so again, this is just to get you kind of awoken to what the real reality is of today. And the reality of today is, do not get with a woman like this on a serious term. If you're just doing it to have fun, if you're just doing it for a sexual exploration and everything like that, cool. And make sure that y'all, and this isn't to say that like take advantage of these women like that. Make sure that there's an understanding and everything like that. Make sure that there is an understanding. You don't have to tell her why you don't want to necessarily wife her, because again, I don't want y'all to, lose out on some, free access to some, coochie or whatever. But what I'm saying is like, just make sure the expectations are set. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and continue.
Sky is now single because her ex's family found out about her fucking me.
Yeah, so basically they gave me the ultimatum.
I would have left your ass too.
They gave him the...
I'm going to keep it G.
Fair enough.
The fuck you fucking poor man for? And then I'm going to sit there and stay with your ass. Fuck out of here.
Not every man is man enough to be a porn boyfriend, my friend.
I ain't. Yeah, fuck
This is
that.
ass eater in the elevator.
And let me comment on this. Again, do not let this person right here, Adam, I think this is Adam or whatever, don't let him, guys, do not let him make you feel bad because you don't want your girl to have sex with a porn star. You having boundaries is you not being less masculine. Or let me rephrase that. You having boundaries of what you have an expectation is not you being less masculine. And that's basically what he tried to do. He tried to do it as a slick ass way of saying, oh, you're not, a real man would allow his woman to have sex with a porn star to make money. That is the stupidest shit ever. That is the stupidest shit. Unless she is just a trick of his, unless he's like really doing like some pimping type of stuff to where she's just a hoe, then sure. But if you're calling her your girlfriend, or you guys are operating in a way to where the world thinks you guys are exclusive in the traditional sense, do not listen to that bullshit. Have boundaries. And one of the easiest and quickest and biggest boundaries is not letting your girl sleep with another man, especially on camera for millions of people to do. This is why this guy's family stepped in and was like, what the hell are you doing? This is an embarrassment. You know what? Let me talk on this real quick too. Because again, real families, you operate for your last name, not necessarily for your first. And I know in the modern times, we always talk about self. We're very selfish. We're very, very selfish when it comes to how we operate in the modern time. It's all about all about what I want to do and everything like that. We don't necessarily operate to what's best for the family and everything like that. But traditional families that have made themselves something, families that literally can trace their lineage back and understand that there was a time to where their ancestors were literally out here and being hunters and gatherers, and they've been able to pass on that lineage all the way down to where we currently are at now. They have an expectation for how their family is operated and how their family is perceived. And one of the quickest things is to have their male heir look like a cuck in front of millions of people, because not only does that look bad for the dude, it looks bad for the entire family, and they are not going to stand for that. Which, again, I'm gonna let this clip play out, but you'll quickly see it basically became a son, you either gonna choose this bitch, or son, you either gonna choose this woman here, and we gonna cut you off and act like you don't even exist in us for no more, or you go come to this family, we go rehabilitate you, let you know why that is not the ideal choice and why you need to go get something different. I'm gonna go ahead and listen. And you know what's crazy is that when she says family, I would bet that one of the main people pushing this, it's obviously going to be the fathers too, but one of the main people that was really pushing this, when they really found out about it, was probably her ex's mother.
Yeah. So basically his family found out because of the whole Target thing, and they gave him the ultimatum: either you stay with her or you lose us. Like, we will cut you off, not give you any support. So he was going to choose me, but that was too much pressure on me, so I cut it off.
Hell yeah.
And also I've been in a relationship most of my life, and I'm ready to go through my hoe phase. So, like, I just moved to LA a week ago, and I'm ready just to fuck. Like,
How many guys? Holy shit! How many guys have you fucked since that dude?
well, I got a train ran on me recently.
Wait, for content or
no,
just for
like
fun?
for my own pleasure.
How did this happen? I need to hear all
it was
about
fucking
this.
amazing. So basically, I went over to this dude's house. It's two dudes that live in the house. I'm familiar with both of them.
Are you talking about the YouTubers?
No, this dude's a photographer.
2.5 men.
Oh,
Oh, I want to fuck him too, but
you didn't fuck that dude yet?
I sucked his dick.
He posted you on his Instagram and you didn't
I
fuck
sucked
him?
his dick.
doesn't
I'm trying
count.
to date him.
You like him like that?
I like him, yeah.
What the fuck? You're not ready to date anybody. You're out here hoeing.
She's ready.
Yeah, so like, can I have a few boyfriends? Is that not allowed?
You can do
totally
whatever you want,
allowed.
honestly. But okay, so I just want to hear about the process of you doing your first gangbang. And I also want to say
Right.
that this is because of the Kazumis and the Elizas, because
Oh yeah,
she
they
would not,
inspired me.
she would not think that this was so
Definitely.
normal if she wasn't in the No Jumper universe, where it is apparently completely normal to be getting trains ran on you.
And anybody that fucked you got to be a bold person.
Pull that out a little bit more. I don't want T-Rell to have to fully French kiss you to be able to say something. I want to hear what you have to say about these things, though, as well.
Hey,
Okay.
I say anybody that fuck you got to be crazy.
Okay. Just
Everybody does trains.
tilt it out a little bit when T-Rell ready to talk. So I don't want him to fully have to like become one with you.
This mic right here. As soon as
Yeah, do that. Let's pass it.
But okay,
Go ahead.
take us through this.
So basically, these two dudes invited me over to their house. One was a photographer who I worked with previously, and his roommate. And I went over, and I thought it was just going to be the two of them, but it was actually two other guys. So it was like, surprise.
And let me say this too, guys. For you guys who are or have been in a relationship since like your high school years or something like that, maybe you had some puppy love, and then she gets out of that relationship. This is what the modern women are mostly doing right now. And to the guys, I don't want you to feel a type of way of when this happens. I just want you to understand this is what's most likely going to happen. If all that girl knows is you from high school, she has the itch to want to, especially in modern days, because that's really what's pushed. She has the itch to want to try different dinos. Read between the lines when I say dinos. I'm trying to keep it friendly here. she's going to have interest in dinos because that is, first of all, that's just in human nature to want to try different things. But right now, that is really what is being pushed to the modern woman. Is the modern woman is basically being taught to reject traditional femininity and accept things that would be traditionally masculine. And this is one of those. So if you are a guy out here thinking that she only wants you, she's only going to want you if you have made yourself select to a multitude of other women, maybe, to where she feels as if she loses you, there is actually a cost. But if the cost of losing you doesn't outweigh the cost of hopping on these different dinos, she's going to hop on these different dinos. And for most dudes who are coming out of high school around basically in their teens and 20s and stuff like that, most dudes haven't put themselves in any type of position to really have that leverage. And if you don't have no leverage in that dynamic, in that relationship, once the relationship is over with, and it's usually going to happen because she's going to cut it off, trust me, she's going to be going out here sucking up different dinos and stuff like that. And the best thing that you can do is block her ass. Block her ass and try to remove her from your damn mind and move on. Because all you're going to do, she's not going to feel bad about sucking them dinos. She's not going to feel bad. She's not going to care about your feelings. She's not going to care about how it necessarily makes you feel. Again, I think I said this on my last video. To a woman, her happiness is the most important thing. To the modern woman, not traditional. To the modern woman, her happiness is the most important thing in her life. That's why I said we as humans, period, are very like that in the Western world. But women in the Western world are really like this. A woman's happiness in the Western world is the most utmost thing. And I know women will tell you that they care about their kids and they care about their family and stuff like that. But the modern woman today will choose her happiness over her kids. And I stand on that. I've seen it, witnessed it. The modern woman will choose her happiness over her own children that she bears. So why do you think she wouldn't choose her own happiness over you and y'all's relationship? And you just got to be aware of this. So if you're going to get yourself involved in a woman and stuff like that, these are the things that come with it. These are the potential outcomes that come with this. So when this happens, instead of you being ready to jump off a goddamn cliff or go to the local department store and buy some rope, you at least have some type of clarity on exactly what's going on. You understand it's not necessarily you failing as a man. This is just where we're at. This is just where the game is at. These are the new rules for how the game is being played. You just have to understand this. That's why I think Red Pill is so important. Because again, it's literally something that can save dudes' lives out here. It's literally something that can, realistically just save dudes' lives. Instead of them being ready to unalive themselves because they think that they failed as a man, or they're just not understanding like what the heck is going on. Everything that I was taught is just not adding up to the reality. Well, this is why. This is why. Because you just haven't taken that red pill. You're just not up on what the current way and how the current rules of the game are being operated. Okay? Alright, I'm still waiting on the kids to get here. Give me 1 second real quick. y'all to kind of be a little bit quiet because I'm recording a video. If y'all want to watch stuff in your room, you can, but not outside on the TV because, again, I'm recording a video. Huh? Your what? Your what? Field trip? Okay, you need to go wipe off the nose, girl. Blow your nose.
Wait for the party.
Make sure you do your homework. Alright, guys. I am back. Sorry for that brief interruption. Let's go ahead and continue with the video, though, because I totally kind of forgot where I was at.
Wait, how did this happen though?
Well, they were like, we're having a spa night at my house. Like, do you want to come over? And I was like, spa night? Like, I just moved to LA. I'm a little stressed, you know, so I could use that. And so we went. They have a jacuzzi in their backyard, and we all just got in the jacuzzi, and they all came on to me at once, and I liked it.
They all came on to you at once?
Helpful,
Yeah, they didn't trick their ass.
What the fuck?
How is three grown men having a spa night
But
together?
the kicker is they're all related.
Is
So,
that
like,
every
is that
spa night?
creepy?
I don't think so.
I never even heard of spa night, so this is different.
The spot.
How did you get in contact with this nigga? First of all, let me.
Well, I knew the one dude that there's two dudes that live in the house. The one is a photographer, and he had shot pictures of me.
That's another thing. Watch out for these photographers, for these like ladies that say they're models or whatever. That is one of the easiest and most slick ways that dudes get inside. And dudes might be pressured to say, hey, your girl's just taking pictures. Your girl is just taking Instagram pictures and stuff like that for whatever. But it's a quick way for it to just go from being like actual photography and stuff like that to something way more intimate.
Which is like the number one way to get laid in Los Angeles or anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
If
Big
you could
facts.
take half decent photos of a girl, spoiler. All you need is like a $400 DSLR off off Craigslist. You can take a pretty picture of a girl. She will let you into her bedroom, and the door is then open for you to potentially have sex with her.
Go ahead.
And now you can get on No Jumper, you know what I'm saying? See them all on your fucking show saying they'll fuck everybody, and then they'll DM them and they'll go over there and be like, okay, let's do it.
And don't be that creepy photographer that be throwing cake batter on the bitches and shit. You know what I'm saying? Snapping photos. I be hating that shit.
If you're a dude, if you're a heterosexual man in Los Angeles and you're not DMing Sky right now, then I question your heterosexuality because
Yes, please.
that story,
single.
that story just made it sound so achievable. And I know when I was single, that was what I was all about. Is like, I want a girl who seems like she would actually let me fuck.
And the homies.
And AD.
If you're a nice guy, I'm into you. I like nice guys, so that's all you need.
Communally.
Right. That's all you need.
so
Just to
the
be
two or
nice.
three?
I also have to admit I am into broke dudes. Everyone I've ever dated is extremely broke. Like, I am the sugar mama. Like,
Yeah, I heard that your last nigga said that his family was gonna cut him off.
yeah,
so.
no, so my last boyfriend, he didn't even have a job. I paid him to, like, stay home and do my laundry and clean up after me after I do, like, OnlyFans shit.
That's degrading though. Why?
But listen, I realize that that's probably not the best, way to be. So I am looking for men that are, right, like half decent.
Would you fuck a guy with if he was nice, if he had a girlfriend?
She probably has. You've been home wrecking since you've been single.
No, I
right?
haven't.
No?
I do not home wreck.
You don't
no.
like that? I like that
I
you
do
have
not
standards.
home wreck. No.
Hard limits.
Oh, so you'll never step out.
You
Never
agree with that? No,
No,
you
I
don't
think
fucking.
I think married men give the most
I
money.
think-
I don't know
Oh my
about home
God.
wrecking.
It's just
or, like,
bad
actually
karma
fucking
because-
them, but yeah.
Then when I get in a relationship, then I'm gonna be cheated on because.
I mean, you're gonna be cheated on anyway.
Why?
Fair
Because dudes
enough.
just ain't shit.
Not when you're into
Basically.
simps. Like, I'm into men that worship me. So.
Me too. I like that too.
How do you feel about that? Do you know guys that you think would worship Sky? Or
But
do
you know, Sims still cheat. Sorry, Sims still cheat because I've
You're
dated
right.
one.
You are
and
right.
Yeah. They do.
You're right.
They do.
I have good intuition though.
She is 100% correct on that. Simps do not cheat because simps don't have a abundance mindset. Simps are in the mindset that the girl that they have is giving them a chance. Basically, they got lucky with that girl. And so when it comes to the leverage, remember I was talking about that before, when it comes to that leverage aspect, the woman in that dynamic has way more power because she can obviously see that that guy is into her more than she is into him. So she can pretty much do anything and he's going to run back. This is why we always preach on the Dark Suns show, stop simping. Stop simping. That is the quickest. It seems like that is the move to get women, but that is not the move. That is just a for sure way to get yourself messed over and played over, and then by the time you realize what's happened, you're ready to off yourself because she's been bouncing on Dinos and sucking up Dinos and stuff like this. And let's get into that. Now, if you're a dude that's into that, cool. But understand that your woman is going to be getting Dino'd down by select dudes. And again, if you're into that, if you're into the whole swing thing, or you into the whole open relationship type of thing, cool. But understand, you as a man are going to be perceived in a certain light. And again, it's just modern. It's just how the modern game goes. It's just how the modern game is right now. But yeah, I don't recommend it. Anyway.
Okay.
Allegedly. How long did the gangbang take in total? And did any of them wrap it up?
Yeah, they all wrapped it up. That's very important for me.
She has to say that because me and her are supposed to do content next week.
Yeah, so it lasted maybe like half an hour.
Solid time.
I enjoyed sucking all of their dicks, though. That was like the best part. Like I loved like going from one dick to the next.
Was it 2 or 3?
It was 4 of them.
They grow up so fast.
What a spa day.
Kazumi, what emotions does that bring out in you? Kazumi, take the mic. Don't talk unless you have the mic.
Dude, gangbangs are lit, bro. They are truly the best thing ever. I hope every consensual woman that wants that to happen, lets that happen to her, because I feel like I've seen Jesus. I am like an awakened woman.
I don't think Jesus wants to see that.
Jesus has nothing to do with this.
Blasphemy. These are these goddamn Jezebel that we talking about.
Praying to somebody else. Jesus wants nothing to do with this.
Jesus said, nah, hold on.
Jesus just texted me and said, leave me the fuck out of this. Dear Lord.
Hey, so hold on. Doing my research on you or whatever, you just being no jumper or whatever the case may be. You like getting niggas for their money or whatever the case may be. But
bounty hunter.
Yeah, I mean, has a nigga ever paid you or did anything to? Have you ever got gangbang before?
No, what? No, I mean respectfully.
She's
no.
stifled, if anything.
But if it was the right price, would you do it?
No.
Why?
Sky is a wild
$1 million?
It's the grade. I don't know. I'm not into it. I mean, I would have to live with that on my conscience. You know what I mean? And I just don't feel like it's worth it.
But you're treating fucking a bunch of guys in a row like it's like shooting up a school, and I just don't think it is. It's like it's.
I mean, but what's the goal? Is the goal money?
Sky has no guilt. Sky just had a good time.
I still have morals, you know what I mean?
But where's your moral compass stop? If you like getting niggas for money, that's what you like to do.
I mean, no.
If the goal is to get money, get the money.
No, it's not that I like getting niggas for money. I mean, I know where I fit in the business that I'm in. You know what I mean?
This woman here seems like she's the female pimp, or she'll be the equivalent of the bottom B, if you know what that term means. But she's kind of like the female pimp. These are actually some of the most dangerous women in the world to me, because these are the women that, like I said, there's this stigma that it's the guys like manipulating women and stuff like that, and to getting into the industry, whether it be the adult film industry or the trade, between the lines. It's not guys that are getting these women into this. It's women like this who are usually under one guy and under his direction, but she's in a position enough to be able to manipulate the women around her because she understands it. That's why she's talking about this moral stuff and everything like that. And she's most likely not going to get pushback from either of, what's her name, Sky or Kazumi or anything like that. She's not going to get any pushback from that because they look to her as the woman or whatever. But these women like that, these are the ones you need to don't lecture. If you a woman or a man, do not let your daughters around this type of woman, and do not let your sons engage with this type of woman, because she will bleed your son until he's dry, throw his ass to the curb. Half that money going to be going to another dude who she's actually truly interested in, and when your son or whatever blows the head off, she is not going to have any type of real remorse.
What business you in?
Hold on real quick. Alright, I'm back. I got a lot of kiddos. Alright, we back. But yeah. Women, men, be wary of women like her, the one that's currently speaking right now. Be wary.
The business that men that like women, like they're gonna give me the money. You know what I mean?
No,
Men
I'm saying,
that
what business though?
Yoga?
I work in nightlife.
Yoga.
I work in nightlife. So the strip
Okay,
club.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
She's a bartender.
Well, listen, I'm trying to ask her and understand what business she's in.
I know.
That's all.
Yeah, so I work in nightlife in New York.
You work at Starlets?
Shout out to Starlets. I'm gonna start there next week. Period. But yeah. So yeah, I'm not doing gangbangs. Like no, not even for $1 million. I'm not doing gangbangs. I feel like niggas don't deserve that.
20 million.
I'm good. 20.
To be fair,
20 is.
to be fair, like 3 months ago, I never would have thought I would do a gangbang.
But then you met
So
Adam
what made you
22.
I just had an awakening when I met everyone at No Jumper. I just
Not everybody. I just tell you that shit. This shit come crashing down. I was right here.
He don't even have an OnlyFans login.
Me and Jesus was here on the couch. We were never doing
He
that.
thinks he's Kevin Samuels now. He's fucking Dr. Umar. He's protesting this shit.
I feel like No Jumper could not make me do a gangbang. I'm sorry.
Oh, you just gotta hang out longer.
No, I don't think so. I'm from the hood. We don't play that.
yeah, it's not for everyone.
But she has
Yeah.
a different perspective because she's from the country, so she don't have the like stigma. They don't even know about gangbangs out there, you know.
Everything you do in the hood, you a hoe. Like you wear
Yeah.
short shorts, you a hoe. You know what I mean? So you have that in the back of your head already.
I'm not sure if I'm gonna be invited to my high school reunion.
Which is funny because if she's working in a nightclub, that is perceived as being a promiscuous woman, aka I ain't gonna say the right word, but it's the same thing. You cut strings here. You cut strings here.
Reunion after that.
Oh, you're gonna be
After
invited,
this?
and the teachers, Mr. Lewis, and everybody's gonna be lining up to get their dicks sucked.
Pastor Williams is gonna be there
I'd be
too.
down.
No, okay. Kazumi, I have a question though. Is like, okay, so we have the white perspective, which is sexually liberated. I'll fuck a whole crew, whatever. Then we have, I don't know if I should say black, but you are.
You gonna say colored.
She's
Go
black
ahead,
enough
nigga.
that she says the N word. So I guess you're the black perspective, which is hell no. That shit's disrespectful. I don't fuck with it. Then we have the in between, the
Well,
Philippine
I'm not
American
even
perspective.
in between, bro.
Stop Asian
Gangbang's
hate. I don't
That's a
know.
bar in between Philippine. That was a bar.
But so you fall on Sky's side where you don't
Yeah.
have that sort of built-in group sex dynamic.
Oh, yeah, you
Shame.
can say.
I just feel like the difference between us that I noticed is that her and Eliza both said that they didn't want to have feelings. So this is why like they detached themselves from sex. You know what I mean? Which is different from me. Where
Me?
like
Do you agree with
you had
that?
said that.
Oh no.
That makes a lot
No,
of sense.
she had said that. Sorry.
I
Her
mean,
and Eliza.
like, as a sex worker, I'm gonna go into some real facts. As a sex worker, I'm
Do it.
selling my assets, not myself, right? And also, I just do gangbangs because they're fun, and it's not like my whole personality. It's not like I do it every day. I do it like once, like a month. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, like 20 dudes one night. That's cool. It's like my body count for the month, whatever.
What the fuck? Like your body count is like a checklist that you have to get done.
But it's like it's not like I don't have my feelings attached. It's just like it is not part of my self-worth or my self-confidence. But I personally just don't put my attachment to sex like that. It's totally cool if other people, it means more to them, but it just, it's a task I do with me.
Can I ask you a question? Cause so you pay for your boyfriend, you know what I'm saying? Y'all went to a brothel, did this, but did this, did that. But is there any point in a relationship where you be like, you know what, you a fucking cheater? You know what I'm saying?
What would he have to do?
My boyfriend and I are swingers, but we do have like
Fluid bond.
So he can go out and do what the fuck he wants to do.
As long as we communicate, but we have like a really healthy relationship.
They have
I'm
a
rebranding
fluid
as single.
bond.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, how do you know that like he really fuck with you? You know what I mean? Like how I would know is like a nigga spend his bread on me. That's how I know you really like me. You know what I mean? Like how do you know?
That's your type, AD. That's the type of bitch you're talking about. That you're paying for her to not go into work the next day and shit.
I love
That's
that.
your whole
No. That is not it. It's a difference.
Love that.
You're turning your back on your original argument.
No.
Yes, she loves
It's
the
a
thing that
difference.
you said you
It's a
do.
difference about being finessed and a difference with the other way.
But
What
it's not
I'm
always
saying.
finesse. My man too. Like if
No,
you
this
spend
is
your money, you
this
love
is this
me.
is what I said. Now, if you a small town girl in a small town world, and you working maybe getting $200 the next day, and I want you to chill with me for the night, we ain't even gotta fuck. I just want you to look at me like a boss. You feel me? I'm gonna give you double what you got. And then we can chill and hang out and
So
drink.
you're
and
not
you can
giving me
go
10
on your
bands
way.
for missing work. That's the double what I
I'm
got.
not giving you 10
I'm
bands
just
for
saying,
shit.
5
Okay.
bands?
No.
Well, listen.
You better give me 10 bands.
AD might not be able to afford Blue Jasmine style
I
pussy.
can definitely afford it.
And she's saying it ain't $200 for her to not go into
And
work,
what I'm
so
saying-
you can't
Definitely
afford
not.
it.
Hey, but no disrespect, what am I getting for the 10 grand? It ain't pussy. I can
No,
get
you
pussy
just
all
said
day.
you just said double. You don't have to fuck. You said double of what you make at
Well,
work.
if you working at Starliston, you definitely can get 10 grand that night. So I can't say nothing about that.
He's met his match.
If I give a bitch, hey, if I give a bitch 10 grand and she come back in the house, you know what I'm saying? Or
And I think I'm gonna kind of cut it off. I'm gonna let this guy speak real quick, and then I'm gonna just cut it off here, and then we'll pick it back up some other time. Hopefully tomorrow, if you guys actually like to.
20 grand, 30 grand, and she come back in the house looking subpar mid. You feel me? Hair not done, lashes, makeup, shoes, a whole little nine.
Are you paying for her lashes?
Yeah,
He just said
if I'm
he
giving
gave
you
her 30
money,
grand.
bitch, you better come in here looking crazy. You know what I'm
I'm getting a
saying?
wig. I'm getting a lace
And-
front.
Yeah, half the time I be listening. Half the time, girls be talking about giving me money. You know what I'm saying? I'll be looking at them. I'll be like, well, what the fuck you doing with the money? Because you look crazy right now.
That is true. Like it's a crazy new world we live in where a girl can have a BBL and be working at Target. Because it's
Bitch,
like
what are you doing with my money? 'Cause you-
All right, so let's cut it off here. So let me talk about what Adam was talking about with him right here, because he's more of on the Kevin Samuel side of thing, and basically that was like he was basically trying to say that because this girl over here wants 10 grand, then that's what the guy over here wants. No. Understand that the girl over there that's just looking for the 10 grand, all she is looking for is the bag. So her intentions aren't to be a great wife coming into a relationship. Her intentions are, how much money can I get out of this dude? And if I cannot get any money, or if it's not worth it, she is not going to do it. See, and this is where it can seem to get tricky, but it's really not. What not Adam? I don't know his name like that. I don't know if that's AD or Terrell. I think it's AD, but I'm not sure. But if he right here, what he's talking about is from a kind of like a marriage or potential wife type of situation, to where if I'm going into this interaction with the intention that I am looking for a wife, the girl that's from the country and don't really know nothing and might be working at McDonald's or Walmart or whatever, right? And she's making $200, $300, $400 a week or whatever, If he can bring her in and then be able to give her a much better lifestyle, provide that lifestyle, he's going to be more attracted to that. Because if she can appreciate him for just being a boss, as he said, to him, that's what makes him feel good. And that's what makes a lot of dudes feel good, is they like to be rewarded and have appreciation showed towards their efforts that they've made throughout their life. Let me transition this over real quick. They like to be rewarded and shown their effort. This is why I say that when it comes to the marriage dynamics, the biggest reward of sorts that a woman can give to a man is her sexual exclusivity. That's the biggest reward. It's not necessarily that the guy is paying for sex in a sense. He's paying for, and this is kind of where I would go back against Miss Kazumi. He is paying for her ideals, because her ideals, especially in this day and era, are not very common. And the ideal is, hey, the access to her body and sexual access to her body, sexual energy to her from her body and everything like that is exclusive just with that person that is providing the provisioning and providing the protection and everything like that. This is why, while the girl, and again, I'm not good with the name, but I think this is Bree or whatever, or Blue, sorry. Or it might be his Jasmine, I don't know. The one that's on the far end, closest to Adam. This is why, while she might be more selective in her sexual partners, it doesn't necessarily exclude her from the realm of what the other two girls are. From the way that a guy, especially a high value guy or whatever, or a guy that is select, that can get pretty much any type of woman that he wants, he is going to put her into the category of the other two women, which is why she's there with those other two women. Birds of a similar feather flock together, right? This is what this is here. Okay? Because a woman that is really set out to be a wife, especially in the traditional sense, is not going to even be in any type of position to where she's working at a adult, what's the correct, gentleman's club. I think that's the correct terminology they be using in like advertisements and stuff, right? A gentleman's club. They're not even going to be in that situation or anything like that. So anyway, though, we're right at about an hour, so we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed what I'm saying. Anybody who may or may not have popped in or anything like that, tune in tomorrow. I might continue this. We're at about the 20-minute mark, so we'll pick it up from there. But yeah, guys, just from the first 20 minutes of that episode, there was so much content, so much to be gathered from that. And shout out to No Jumper for putting this together and everything like that. Like I said, I like the podcast and everything that they do. Oh, and then one last thing, let me touch on this real quick before we just quickly wrap it up. Again, Adam is what it is, but Adam, the way that Adam is moving, he's obviously not trying to be a husband like that in the traditional sense. He's not trying to be a husband. So, of course, he's going to hype up these women and stuff like that and tell them, like, hey, yeah, you guys are doing it all right. These guys over here, they're doing it all wrong. He's basically a kind of like a anti-Kevin Samuels of sorts, okay? But understand he's that way because of where he is at in life and the position that he is at. Most guys are not in the position that he is in. This guy is quite literally probably within the top 1 or 2% of men in the United States, if not the world. So he is in a very select position. For most of the dudes out here, again, I'm not in no select position or anything like that. For most of the guys out here, for the average authentic dudes that's out here, that's being real with themselves and living within reality, his reality doesn't align with 98% or with 90% of the other guys' realities. So with what he's saying, do not take that to heart for how you view or look at yourself, because his situation is nowhere near the average person's or the average guy's situation. Period. None of these dudes are really, but especially Adam. They just don't align. So while he's hyping up the women, he's hyping them up because, again, why? He's getting sexual access from these women. He's getting Dino down. He just said that he was doing a scene. He confirmed with 2 of the women, and it wouldn't surprise me if he got the other girl. You dudes out there, though, y'all don't have that. Most of the dudes out here don't have that sexual selectivity or anything like that. So you have to operate and move in a different way. You have to put yourself up into that position and everything like that. But if you're the average dude, stuff like that, once again, my final thing, if you can get into a sexual experience with these women, great. But do not take that sexual experience and make it a relationship experience to where you're trying to wife her. Because, again, most likely you are going to end up on the disadvantage, is that the word? You're going to end up on the bad side of that equation. And it's not going to be very positive experience for you in the end. Anyway, though, once again, I want to thank No Jump for recording this and everything like that. Hopefully, I will be back on later tomorrow. Other than that, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and we are out of here.